So, Trevor, first of all, tell me, Carlin Motorsport are so well known for nurturing drivers, for helping not only the physical development of racing a car, but actually the mindset as well. You seem to create Formula One stars or Indy stars. You kiss them goodbye when they're ready to go, and it's almost like your children that you're raising.
Well, that sums it up really, Gemma, because we're Carlin's a bit like a family, and we're the parents, and we have the drivers come along and they're the kids. So, you know, they walk through the door the first time and it's all a bit shock and awe. We're a great big factory and it's all shiny and glitzy. We bring them in and we treat them normally, as you know, like they're our kids, and we help them and teach them. And then bring them on. And of course, the most important bit is how good they are. But what we do is teach them not just the driving part, we teach them how to deal with people, how to cope with systems and a big company. So when they do make the step up to, Formula One or IndyCar or Le Mans stuff with massive teams, they're well prepared. And the biggest thing we do is we're normal with them. We don't treat them like superstars. We treat them like young kids and professionals that they're going to be. So it's great fun. And being a father myself, I don't try not to spoil them too much because it's always bad. But it is good fun. And when you see them make it, it's even better. It's great reward.
Well, I've worked with you over many years, Trevor, and through those years, I've seen you work with some incredible drivers who have gone on to be incredibly successful. If you look back over the years of your little Carlin family, who do you feel most proud of?
It would be totally wrong for me to pick out one at all. A bit, as you say, like picking out one of your favourite kids. It's not possible. They're all the same. I mean, I've got the same feelings towards some of my mechanics and engineers that have been with me for such a long time. So, I'm not just a father to the drivers, I'm father to engineers and mechanics and team managers.
I guess I'm intrigued to know about Formula 3 most of all then, because this is a Formula 3 series that we're running here for the Isolation e-racing. And Formula 3, people have a real passion for and a real fondness for the car and for that particular level in motorsport. The drivers talk about how challenging the car is. What is it that has kept that such a long-running championship, but also so crucial for drivers to be part of?
The great thing about Formula 3 has always been I know it's a ridiculous thing to say, but the power to weight ratio of a Formula 3 car is actually quite similar to a Formula 1 car. So the driving style of F3 is very similar to F1. So what I've found over the years is that the great F3 drivers, they're not totally happy when they do F3000 or GP2 or F2. But when they get to F1, they think, oh, this is fantastic. But when they come back and test an F3 car a few years later, they think, oh, they love the purity of it. I mean, the crazy thing is today, we've been at Silverstone testing today. Of course, we don't have F1 cars, so we're not allowed to test F2 cars, but we've been testing F3 cars with a Formula 1 driver. And he's had the most fun. He's just got his eye back in because he hasn't driven for 3 months. So it's been great fun, and he's just had a wonderful 2 days. And he says it just reminds him what a great time he had when he raced Formula 3.
Are you allowed to tell us who that driver was?
Yeah, it was Lando, because it was Lando Norris.
Oh, fantastic. He's been competing in this series with us as well. He was in the first round, I believe. And he was talking to us about how important the sim has been to keep him on point. But I guess now, like you say, with such a long gap from being in a real car, with the winter break as well for the drivers, it must be crucial to get back into whatever they can, almost on track.
Yeah, I mean, Lando and his manager, Mark, have got a fantastic attitude to this. A lot of people say, oh, well, if you're good enough to be a Formula 1 driver, you don't need to practice. Well, Lando and Mark, they disagree, because Lando's always done the sim stuff, and he's mostly done it for fun. Now he's in Formula 1, he has to take it very seriously and do development on the F1 sim. But what Mark and Lando say is that actually, can you imagine a Roger Federer or one of the top golfers not playing tennis or golf for 3 months and then going straight into a tournament? True. They never do. They practice, and that's what Lando's done this week. he's done some practice, and he's going to arrive in Red Bull Ring, and he's going to be sharp. He's going to be the wind noise. There's nothing like simulated stuff, and esports is fantastic. It fills a hole. It's a great niche, and it's very achievable for a lot of people that can't afford to drive real cars. But there's nothing like the real thing to get the sensation and the G-force on your neck, and the things, they're vicious to drive, and the vibration and all the wind noise. So it's great preparation.
It's really impressive, actually, and it's wonderful to hear about that happening. Talk to me a little bit about the sims then as well, because we mentioned there how important they can be, and they are a way of keeping the drivers still driving. And of course, we've seen across the years, like Jan Mardenborough came through a sim racing series to become a fully fledged FIA licensed driver. Do you think we might see, off the back of all of this e-racing that we've had, potentially a rise in drivers coming through? Is that possible?
Well, absolutely. And I mean, Jan drove for us in Formula 3, and he's gone on to have a great career in Japan. And to be honest, Jan with the right brakes and the right luck and a bit of money behind him could have got to Formula 1. He's good enough to be racing Formula 1. But it's just circumstances. There's a lot of drivers good enough to be in F1 and they don't make it. So I don't see why there's no reason at all why the people doing esports at the moment aren't good enough to be in F1. It's just whether, it's so expensive, motor racing, whether it's someone gets the brakes to get in. It's, Jan's done it and a few other guys have done it, but it's so difficult. And it's so expensive.
It is. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking the time out to chat to us. It's lovely catching up and hearing what's going on inside as well.